Audley Gordon, Executive Director, National Solid Waste Management Authority. We are here today, another of the illegal dump sites that we are forced to allocate resources to deal with. All over Jamaica, we have seen this happening, and we have so far been able to clear them, but as soon, some of them, as we clear them, they return. We can't put an enforcement officer everywhere. We just don't have the resource to put an enforcement, neither would it be economically feasible. So we ask that people will desist from dumping illegally, the way we are seeing here on Water Lane in downtown Kingston. When you look, you see construction material. That's all construction material there. You see remains from the woodwork shop where they construct bed and mattresses and all that. All these things should have been stored by the manufacturer and properly transported to a disposal facility. Instead, it is just dumped along the lane here. This is where the public traverses on a daily basis. Children, elderly, have to walk through this on a daily basis. I don't know what guide the conscience that would just do something like this and do it with such regularity. So today we are here, we are with the MPM team, and Mr. Adrian Grant, our regional operations manager, have decided to tackle these dump sites in the downtown Kingston area. This is a major one, and we will not leave until we clean everything up. But the problem is, when we are gone, it will return. If somebody don't get a walk in their conscience and say, no, this is wrong. We want people to see this as something to be frowned upon. We want the residents in and around this area of Water Lane, the business people, to frown upon this kind of behavior. We don't want this to be a way of life. So we'll clean it up, but we hope that when we are gone, that the people who occupy the businesses here, the people who live around the area, will resist this kind of thing and will say to the first person that come to dispose there to stop. We can't encourage it. We will be trying with our enforcement, with our limited enforcement resource, to keep an eye on the area. But we need the cooperation of the people in and around the surrounding to help us to make sure that Water Lane never return to this, what we have seen here today. And I'm putting out a warning, and this is something that the public will see, a more robust enforcement strategy coming from the NSWMA in 2019. Through the Tourism Enhancement Fund, TEF, we have gotten 2 vehicles, one for WPM and one for NEPM, 2 utility vehicles to help us with our enforcement activities. We will not sit idly by and allow people to nasty up Jamaica like we are seeing here. And these 2 units will help us to maintain more vigilance. We already have the men trained, and now we are getting the mobility. So people who behave in these ways, we will catch them. The more we are out and about, we will catch them. And we hope that the improved fines will come on stream soon so that they can pay dearly for this kind of behavior. This is not acceptable. This is not the Jamaica we want to live in. We can do better. And if we won't do it freely, if we won't do it on our own volition, then we will be forced to do it through the fines and through enforcement activities. And that we intend to step up comes 2019.
Adrian Grant, Regional Operations Manager for MPM Waste Management Limited. We are currently on Water Lane, the intersection between Water Lane and Princess Street. And as you can see before, persons deposited garbage illegally along this road. The major thoroughfare was almost impossible. As you can see just to my right on the wall, there is a sign mark, no dumping. And persons, in my view, misinterpreted what has been written there. We saw human waste. Persons urinate here. We saw construction debris. We saw remains from furniture stores. We saw everything. And again, we want to appeal to well-thinking corporate citizens of Jamaica and within the community of downtown, not to allow these type of things to happen. Now, the stench emanating from the waste that was deposited here, it was very terrible. Resident persons you could see those persons passing. People could be seen holding their nose. The stench was very, very terrible, and it is your tax dollar that is being used to clean this area. We started our operation about 2 weeks ago. There are many areas that we have cleared. And just now we have gotten some reports of some of those areas that were cleared are back to where they were. And we only can appeal to Jamaican people that do not allow your tax dollar to be spent the way how you are allowing it to spend. Please help us. We only can help you if you help us. Please find a reputable company. I want to appeal to those business people who we have seen some waste here from some stores, some business people, and we are going to pursue some of what we have seen. Find a registered garbage disposal company and have them write you up and you have your waste properly disposed of. Don't just take your waste and dump it on the street. It is illegal. It's an offense under the National Solid Waste Management Act. And if we find you, you are going to be prosecuted. Now, I must tell you that we have our team, our enforcement team. They are out there in the town. They are searching for those business people who believe that they should not write up with any reputable disposal company. And if we find that you are not with any company and your waste is not being taken away to a proper disposal site, you will be prosecuted. Failing, you want to properly organize yourself. So again, I want to appeal to those business people. I want to appeal to those well-thinking Jamaican. Don't allow the streets that you are walking on to be looking like how this one was before we clear it.
We also have some bulky stuff here. We removed them earlier on today, and this is a form of commercial activity. Whenever you have bulky stuff, all cutting, like all fridge, stove, mattress, bed boards, you call us, call the MPM, contact us, and we can remove it. All right, thank you.